Hello, welcome back. So this is going to be part 2 of my European stationery haul video. If you haven't seen the first video, I will link it up in the cards now, and I'll also link it down in the description below. Please feel free to check that out before or after this video. It doesn't really matter. There's no real reason to watch one before the other. Next up was Berlin. Now, I went to quite a few places in Berlin. I'll start off with Modular. So Modular is an amazing art and stationery shop in Berlin. It's absolutely huge. It's like 3 floors. It is crazy. It's just huge. Really great prices. A really amazing selection. Pretty much any art or craft that you might do, you can pick up some tools or equipment there. I picked up a couple of things. The first couple of things I got was these rubber stamps. So I got one of a little Bretzel and then one of the little fox. Now I have bought stamps by this company before, but I've bought them in Australia. Pearl & Fisher. It's actually a German company. So it's really nice to see them in Germany. Another thing that they had a lot of actually was the Diatramentus ink and the document ink, which obviously is my favorite ink, and it was really lovely to see that out on the shelf. They also had a lot of the Roller and Klinger inks, and obviously a lot of Kaweco ink as well. I have a lot of ink, and the prices weren't any different to Australia, basically. So there wasn't really any need for me to purchase any. It wasn't like it was some amazing deal. So I decided not to get any of that, and I just picked up these guys. And then I also picked up a bunch of these stickers from Herma. So I've got these alphabet ones, which are great. They'll be really good in my journaling spreads. I got some plain dot stickers. I guess the plan with these is that I could colour them myself. I got 2 packets of those, and then I got 3 packets of these ones. Now these ones I'm intending to use to number my completed notebooks in my archiving system, so I think I've probably got enough here to last me the rest of my life, because there's 462 stickers per pack, so they are going to last me quite a while. Next up, went to Louis Vuitton. So again, Louis Vuitton is a partner store. I picked up a couple of things. So I picked up this Rubiki Note Museum Series notebook, which is passport size, and I just absolutely love it. I'm not sure what these little animals are supposed to be. Dogs, perhaps? I think they're supposed to be dogs. Anyway, very cute. Love the actual colour palette of this. Really lovely paper. It's like a dot grid. It's a stitch bound. Genuinely very lovely notebook, and I will be using this. Again, just really nice to be able to find a passport sized notebook. So I find even when like Travelers Company does like special editions, they tend to do them in the standard size, which always irritates me, but that's for another time. Yes, went to the Louis Vuitton partner store. You can see here that I have started to do a tester stamp on the sheet of paper that comes in the packaging for the 005 insert, and for all inserts actually. And then we've got the Louis Vuitton Berlin official partner shop stamp on the front of this insert, and I really love it because it is some currywurst, which is very fitting for Berlin. And while I was there, I bought some of this Life paper, name card size, memorandum. So it's just some little 20 sheets of plain paper in this little thing. Now, while I was there, I actually used it to take a couple of extra stamps of the Louis Vuitton partner shop stamp, but I am intending on using this going forward when I go to other partner shops, because this is really lovely paper. If anyone wanted to swap any of the partner shop stamps with me, that would be fun. So I went to a place called RSVP and I picked up quite a few things. I'd seen them online before I went to Berlin, and then I think I'd promptly forgotten that they existed. And me and my partner were on our way to Louis Vuitton and we came across RSVP and we were like, oh yes, this place, let's go in. So what did I get? I picked up these packs of post-it notes. I love this one and I love this one. So I've kind of ended up with these. I'm sure I will use them. They are by Paperways. And they were €2.90 each for the packs from RSVP. And then I also got some little goodies in here. Now I absolutely love these. They look like teeny tiny like note blocks, and they are post-it notes, and they are just great. And the little like the line spacing is really small, so I think it's just going to make them really usable. I cannot wait to start using these in my notebook. This is just, yeah, I love them so much. I got 2 of those, and I also got some of the different sticky labels. These are more like index ones, and then these are just little labels. That's what I got from RSVP. I also got some paper, which I will show you now. Okay, so first off the roll, we've got this absolutely incredible piece of marbled paper, and it's just absolutely stunning. I love it. It's so gorgeous. And then this one, which is a Cambridge imprint. I love this, the dogs. And then another thing to note in Berlin is that I went to the DDR museum and I picked up a couple of things. So they had some little funny like fake German passports, notebooks. So obviously it's a passport notebook. I just thought it was really cool. It's got a Trabant on the front. It's this really like intense dog grid that's quite like closely spaced. But yeah, the paper's actually not bad, and it's cream, so you know, it'll be fun to use this one at some point. And then as well as that, I picked up this postcard, which is one of those ones which, like, I don't know if it's picking up, but it like changes depending on which way you hold it, and it is the traffic lights in Berlin. And again, I got this one because I was thinking of using it to make a pencil board for my traveler's notebook. And then one last thing from Berlin is just in a similar vein to this passport notebook. I found this in just a random tourist shop, and it's just an old Deutsche Democratic Republic passport notebook. And so I just thought that was quite funny. Now, a very exciting stop on the trip was Nuremberg, and the only reason that we went to Nuremberg is because that is where Kaweco is. I'll do a more complete video on our trip to Kaweco, but it was really amazing to get the chance to go there. Picked up a couple of things. I hadn't actually really thought about getting anything there till the morning of, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I actually find a pen. I was just very excited to go there. And while we were kind of wandering around and having a look, my partner Tom noticed a pen in a cabinet, and he was like, did you know about this? And it was this guy. So it is the Piston Sport, but it is in resin. So that's pretty exciting. A new Piston Sport. Now, at the time when we were in there, these hadn't quite been released. I think they were like a few hours away from being announced, but they very kindly let us buy them, so long as we didn't mention it anywhere online that we had purchased these. So now I can say that because they've obviously well and truly been announced. But here we have a amazing Piston Sport in resin. So very excited to purchase that. Tom got one as well, which made me very happy. And I also got, I'm going to say this name terribly, I'm sure, the Brioche, I believe that's how you say it, design. I love this. So I don't have one of these in my collection, but I don't know if you can see, it's got the decoration on the barrel there and on the cap, the chevrons. I also got a gold clip to go with that. Another purchase is this one here, which is the Olivine Al Spot, which is just absolutely beautiful. So again, you can see I've got a couple of more gold clips. I've got a gold clip for each pen. This is just such a gorgeous colour pen. So I'll do another video of these where I do like a proper unboxing and we can kind of like go through them, test them out. But needless to say, very pleased with my purchases in Kaweco. Very pleased with our trip to Kaweco. It was an amazing experience. We even came away with a couple of gifts. Anna, who gave us a tour, gave us a couple of really cute little gifts. So she gave us some cartridges, a Kaweco writing pad, which is just this really lovely quality paper, which she said that they spent a lot of time testing paper to come up with this. I will do a proper full video on the trip to Kaweco. Oh, and before I forget as well, Tom got me this lovely Kaweco case, which will fit 2 Kaweco spots. I've always wanted one of the cases with the coins, so yeah, I love it so much. And it's really lovely leather, which I'm sure will only soften with time. So that's that. That's everything that we got in Nuremberg. I found out on the evening before we were due to leave that there is actually a Faber-Castell factory that you can tour also there. As I would be very up for going to Kaweco again, I think it would be really cool to go back, visit Kaweco and go to the Faber-Castell factory and do a tour and see the pencils being made. That would be awesome. So that is, I guess, another trip for another time, but it's always nice to have more that you want to do, right? All right, so another place that we went to was Prague. Got a couple of things from Prague, so let's have a look here. So first up, just from a little tourist shop, we got a couple of stickers, which I think are going to be very nice in my travel journal. I went to the Gentleman's Store, which is the final partner store that I visited on this trip. Again, I did a like practice stamp on the back there, and here we go. So we got the Gentleman's Store. I love that it is a little Czech beer on the front. Some of the best beer on the trip was had in Prague, so it's a cute little memory. And I went to Kaweco, which is a Czech stationery brand. They've been around since 1790. I really love their branding, and I picked up a couple of things from there. So first up, I'll just talk about this one. You see these ones everywhere. It is the Kaweco Magic Pencil. So it is a pencil with a kind of mixed colour lead. Pretty fun. I liked the colour scheme on this one. I just thought it was a really cool little souvenir to get from the Czech Republic, obviously, because it is a Czech stationery brand. Same again goes to these two. So I got one of the magic erasers. I just love how this one is patterned on the back. That's so cool. And just one of the ones with their logo on it. The same logo as is on their bag. And then this one is honestly, I think, one of the favourite stationery items I've purchased on this trip. It's fantastic. It has become one of my definite stationery favourites. It's the Kaweco Versatility pencil. I like its small size. It is just a mechanical pencil. It has a lead sharpener. If I just twist this off, that's actually a lead sharpener, which is just like so cool. And that just goes back in there. Now it takes these leads. So I just got a selection. I got the 2B and then I got the coloured leads. These are going to last me a very long time. And this is just, yeah, I love it. And it fits perfectly in my traveler's notebook. And this is just going to be amazing for sketching, note-taking. Yeah, very, very, very happy with that. One last final thing that I got in Prague. I went to a place called Bric-a-Brac. There's two locations very close to each other. It's just kind of like a antique, jumbly bric-a-brac store basically. And I was having a little look around there and I found this. I think I paid €10 for it. It is a really old leather pen case. It looks a bit gnarly. My plan is I'm going to clean it up and I'm going to repair it and try and get it back to some of its former glory, because I just think it's really lovely and the zip works perfectly. Yeah, I'm just very taken with it. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can bring this back to life. Be interesting to see what colour it actually turns out once it's had a bit of a clean. But there is that. That's everything for Prague. When we were staying in the northeast, my partner noted online that there was a Yorkshire pen show happening in Leeds the next day, and we just quickly had a look online and figured that we could actually get there on public transport, and so we did that. And the Yorkshire Pen Show was great. It's a smaller pen show compared to, say, the Melbourne Pen Show, but the quantity of amazing vintage pens was just outstanding, and we both picked up a couple of really great things. First off was this Newcastle Brown ink. Now, I'm from the northeast of England, quite fond of Newcastle Brown Ale, so when my partner pointed this out, it was an instant yes from me. So that is the Newcastle Brown Ale. I will do a swatch of that in a moment. And then also I picked up these things. Now, first up, another vintage leather pen case. This one cost £3. Again, I'm going to try and see if I can revive it a bit so it's got a bit more life in it. This is the perfect size for pocket pens, Kaweco Sports, and as you can see, this small collection of pocket items that I got here. I got this beautiful sterling silver pencil, so you just twist the end there and the lead comes out, and you just twist it and it comes back in. Quite amazing, really. I think it must have been dropped at some point because the end is a little bit ding, but it's just absolutely beautiful. I really love that. It's a really delightful pencil. Also picked up this Fisher Space pen. I'm not sure when this is from. My partner thinks it's probably from the 90s. Either way, I love the finish on it. Little brass Fisher Space pen. It's very cool. And then I picked up this beautiful 1930s Schaefer mechanical pencil. which still works an absolute charm. It's in beautiful condition. It's, yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of chafers there, a lot of chafer balances, and I kind of fell in love. So I think that might be something for me to look out for this next year. Like a new pen purchase for me. Been looking for a slightly larger pen. When I say slightly larger, it would be a regular size pen because I tend to use pocket pens. So for my desk, yeah, I think if I can find the fountain pen version of this, I would be quite happy. This is just absolutely beautiful. And then to test it, the seller actually gave me some of these vintage Conway Stewart pencil leads. That was how I tested this one out to see if it worked. And it does. And I'm very happy with it. It's the first chafer item that I've owned, and I can feel this possibly being a bit of a slippery slope because it's just really beautiful. It feels really good in the hand. I'm going to pop these into this case, and then we will test the Newcastle Brown ink by KWZ. Now, I don't really like the colouring, I have to say. I'm just using it because it's what I have to hand at the moment. But the paper in it just is not my favourite. Let's get at this. So, oh, I love it. It's great. That is such a good colour. It smells nice too, which is strange. I wasn't expecting it to have a scent. Okay, so here is the Nuki Brown by KWZ, and that is such a lovely brown. I love that a lot, actually. I can see me using that. Oh, I wish I bought 2 bottles now. Never mind. Yeah, I love that. And some other little things is when we were staying in New York, we found a William Morris exhibition happening, and at the Yorkshire Museum, I think it was, and I picked up a couple of things. So I picked up this Morris & Co. MT washi tape, which is just this really lovely, like, kind of brown floral border, which I really like. And I also picked up some William Morris magnetic page markers. Now these are going to be a gift for someone, so I won't be keeping these, but they are great. When we were in the Northeast, again, at the time when we managed to get to the Yorkshire Pen Show, I went for a little op shop tour or thrift shop, and I found this really cute Heritage Rubber Stamp Company, Scotland, and it is a little snowman on it, which kind of reminds me of one of the snowmen from the party scene in the movie The Snowman. Just a little cute one. That was £1. And then I also picked up this little brass, like, miniature carriage clock, which I'll be putting on my desk. It just needs a new battery, I believe, and maybe a little bit of a clean, but that was £4 as well. And I just think that's going to look really sweet on my bureau. And I do like my brass things. So some other things. We did go to Edinburgh, and we really did try to find some stationery shops. The best stationery shop, in my opinion, in Edinburgh is the Right Stuff. They had a lot of Midori, they had some Kaweco, some other interesting, nice brands, and quite a bit of art stuff as well. Didn't buy anything there, but it was nice to see a shop with lots of nice fountain pens and things in Edinburgh. It's a little bit out of the centre, but it's definitely worth the trip. You can get the bus there, which is what we did. There's also a lot of thrift shops, like charity shops, along that same street as well, so you might be able to find something else fun. Places that I would have liked to have got to on this trip, I think All Things Analog and Eastbourne in the UK, so that is the only partner shop for the Travels Company in the UK. Had kind of had it on my radar to go there, but then it just never happened, and that's fine. We had a really great trip and we did a lot of great things, so that's just something that we're going to have to save for another time. And also Art from the Heart in Harrogate, which is an art shop, stationery shop. By all means, is absolutely amazing. Harrogate is a really beautiful place to visit as well. Again, that's just going to have to be something for another time. They are not a Travellers Company partner store, but they are a stockist, and they do seem to make quite a display of their Travellers Company stuff as well, which is great to see. Now, is there anything along our route that we have missed, that we should have gone to, that we maybe should go to next time? If you know of any great stationery shops around Europe that you would recommend, then please by all means leave that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will be doing a more in-depth review of the Kaweco stuff and the trip to Kaweco, and I'll also be doing a updated kind of travel stationery video to say what I used, what I didn't use, and maybe any regrets I had there. And then of course I'll be doing a flip through of my travel journals. So if you'd like to see any of those videos, and then please hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!